Hello, everyone. So I'll just do a quick housekeeping thing. I'm going to pop this chat out, so feel free to say hello. Very excited for today's flight. I'm going to go ahead and get X-Plane fired up here and do some quick housekeeping stuff on my end. This is just for my personal stuff, so no worries about that. Right, he changed this. Where are we going? John Wayne. And that would be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 17. Sure. Cool. Now I can do that in here really fast. This is just so I get credit on my virtual airline. Where are we going to cruise today? It's a little bit longer flight. Let's do flight level 350. And I'm just kind of waiting for people to join up a little bit here. Get X-Plane fired up here. Oops. Hopefully that doesn't screw up our load. Should be okay, as long as I don't do anything. Ta-da! Oh god, this is gonna mess me up. I've been flying the Zeebo, and all of my presets in this plane are different. Thank you, John, for sharing that link for me. Appreciate you, buddy. All right. So we're sitting over here at the GA ramp in San Francisco. I'm going to remember to program my FMS today, so that's a positive. uh, get rid of that frame rate window for you guys real quick. And how I did that, just again in the settings under data output, it's this very first one here. If you check this first box, it'll pop that box in. So, got an interesting flight today. Should be the offshore 2 departure. Mickey transition tilt to the tilt 2. That's not confusing. So, Mickey direct tilt, then the tilt 2 arrival. And it should take us right down the coast of California. Unfortunately, today it's very cloudy and overcast in San Francisco. I'm not sure what it is in John Wayne at the moment. Here in Las Vegas, though, it is pretty cloudy, which usually means there's a big system in the area. Vegas is obviously desert, so we don't get much weather. But give it another couple minutes here, let people join up, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So while we wait, if you want to say hello in the chat, whoever's watching. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started here. So first things first, let's figure out what we're doing, where we're going, and all that fun stuff. So we're going to depart out of, and again, this is skyvector.com. So we're going to depart out of San Francisco, going to John Wayne. And let's look up our route here. We might have to dig for this one. I know this isn't a super common flight out of San Francisco, so might have to dig a little bit on this departure list. So if you can't find your route on here, if you click this More button, it'll take you over to this list here. Maybe if it just, there it goes. All right, so I don't see it on this list. So if we click this next 20, it'll bring up another page. Ah, there's one, John Wayne. Dig a little bit. Oh. And I'm not sure if this is my phone or if it's laggy for you guys too. That website is just too much for my computer to handle, so let's get rid of some of this stuff. Just trying to play catch up here, I think. Sorry about that. Is it still having that issue? It is. There, hopefully it, oh. I'm working on it, guys. I apologize. Okay, it's getting there. Slowly trying to play catch up here. Anyway, alright. So, I know the route, luckily. It is the offshore to departure, Mickey transition, tilt to the tilt 2. So, just right off the coast here. So I'm going to go ahead real quick and pull up our charts. So we need the airport diagram. We're going to need the offshore to departure. And then arriving at John Wayne, we're going to want the tilt to arrival, as well as the ILS 208 and the airport diagram. All right. So let's get our chart set real quick. All right. So we're sitting right over here at the GA ramp right now. So on departure, though, we have an interesting departure procedure. So depending on which runway we get assigned, could be 1 left or 28 right. We got some interesting things going on. You can see all these this information up here. There's lines coming out of the airport all over the place. So what's going on? So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that we are going to get assigned runway 28 right. So that means that we are going to climb on the San Francisco 281 radial to 6 DME, then turn left heading 203 to intercept the Point Reyes 151 radial, and then take that down. And essentially from there, we can just go direct. Once we're established on this radial, we can go direct Seagull and continue our departure down. So we have Mickey transition here, and so from Mickey we'll go direct to tilt, and then start the tilt to arrival, which, as you can see, starts at tilt. So that is our plan at the moment. Check it out. Yeah, it's still saying that. I don't know if... Here, maybe if I go back into X-Plane, it'll stop that. I do apologize about that. Ah, gotcha, John. That's awesome. And if you could let me know if the video is lagging or anything, that would be really good to know on my end. It's kind of hard to tell for your perspective. So, from cold and dark state, what you want to do is click this arrow right here. That'll pull out your menu, external pre-flight. And if you click 1, it'll bring you out into the cabin. I'm not sure what it wants us to do here, other than maybe open this door. Open that? I'm not sure 100% what it wants us to do back here. Anyway, I always click fast pre-flight, so that's a way you can just kind of step through the whole thing. Oops, oh my gosh. I gotta remember what my views are here. I think this is wing, that's my outside. Okay. So what that does is it just takes all the covers off, takes the chocks off your wheels, and you can go through and actually take these off one at a time as well. I'm gonna do that all day. I'm gonna hit that wrong button. So, all right, let's actually jump into the aircraft now, and also let's connect up to PilotEdge.
Connected to PilotEdge.
All right. First things first, let's get our ground power on. All right, so as you can see, that boots the aircraft up. I always hit the caution reset. All right, now let's get our frequencies dialed in. At San Francisco, clearance delivery is on 118.2. And ground is on 121.8. ATIS is 118.85. And then the John Wayne ATIS is 126.0. I always like to go ahead and preset that. I'm also going to go ahead and put my squawk to VFR. This isn't necessary to start the aircraft or anything. This is just what I like to do, is just put that at VFR standby. All right, so let's go ahead and give the ATIS a listen.
Advise on initial contact. You have information Delta. San Francisco International Airport. ATIS information Delta. 1656 Zulu. Wind 230 at 7. Visibility 9er. Few clouds at 9 or 100. Ceiling 1,100 broken. 1,400 overcast. Temperature 11. Dew point 8. Altimeter 3007. Arriving runways 28 right, 28 left. Departing runways 1 right, 1 left. ILS runway 28 right at ILS runway 28 left approach in use. VFR departures contact clearance livery, advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway assignments, hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Delta.
I always listen through twice.
International Airport. ATIS information Delta. 1656 Zulu. Wind 230 at 7. Visibility 9er. Few clouds at 9 or 100. Ceiling 1,100 broken. 1,400 overcast. Temperature 11. Dew point 8. Altimeter 3007. Arriving runways 28 right, 28 left. Departing runways 1 right, 1 left. ILS runway 28 right at ILS runway 28 left approach in use. VFR departures contact clearance livery, advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway assignments, hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Delta.
All right. All right. One thing I did forget to do real quick, though, is file a flight plan on PilotEdge. So I'm going to go ahead and do that really fast. We are in the CL30. We are a slant Lima. And we are departing out of San Francisco to John Wayne. gonna cruise at 35,000, and we're going offshore Mickey tilt to tilt 2. So go ahead and throw a file there. All right. And I'll pop outside here so you guys have stuff to look at while I call clearance. Oop, stop it. And if you'd like to copy down your clearance with me, again, get your craft ready. And that is CRAFT in a vertical line. It stands for clearance, route, altitude, frequency, and transponder. All right, so let me give you guys the departure so you guys can copy that frequency down. That's going to be 135.1. So we already know what departure is, 135.1. So that can go in the F line. In the C line, we know we're going to be cleared to John Wayne. So K, S, and A can go in that. So we really are just listening for the route, the altitude, and the transponder. Oh, and I need to activate that. And we are 118.2. Okay. Oh. One other thing I like to do has no actual effect on the aircraft, but I like to open the shades, open the baggage compartment, and the main cabin door so that people can board our aircraft. Not that that will be simulated at all, but in the real life, that's, I think, what would be happening. All right, let's give clearance a call here. San Francisco clearance, Walker 169, IFR to John Wayne with Delta.
San Francisco clearance, good afternoon, clear to John Wayne Airport, offshore to departure, Mickey F filed. Maintain 10,000, expect flight level 350, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 135.1, squawk 5256.
All right. Cleared to John Wayne Airport, offshore to departure, Mickey transition as filed. Climb and maintain 10,000, expect flight level 350, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 135.1, squawk 5256, Walker 169.
Walker 169, read back correct. Air 1 Bravo Delta, turn right direct Corvallis.
All right, so we have our clearance now. So the first thing I'm going to do today is program my FMS.
So 1 Bravo Delta has the ones that are here. Turn right heading 250, join Victor 121.
All right, so what we're going to do is click Flight Plan. Click in between the scratch pad, these two brackets here. It's called the scratch pad. And they'll start blinking. And that means you can type on your keyboard, which is super nice. So we're taking off from San Francisco, so that's Kilo Sierra, Foxtrot, Oscar,
350 is ready to taxi,
and that goes in the origin. And we are going to John Wayne, Kilo Sierra, November, Alpha. That can go in the destination. And then you can click on the departure arrival button on departure.
Taxi via Charlie, cross runway 12 at Charlie.
And we are departing via the offshore to departure. Whoops, I always do that backwards. We're probably going to get one left. Offshore to departure.
And calling with IFR request again.
And we don't need to put a transition in because we're not taking it out all the way to any of these points here. These are all those transitions that are listed. We're only taking it to Mickey, so we're not actually going to file a transition leg off of that. So we're going to go ahead and exec that. Check our legs. So that looks about right. It is right, actually, to Mickey, perfect. So then we're going to go back to our flight plan button, hit the next page. You can see it's one of two pages here. So we'll go to next page, and then we're going to go from Mickey direct to tilt, T-I-L-L-T, and just go in the 2, and it'll Not in database. Oh, because there were spaces in front of it. So now it'll go there, and it automatically populates the direct. If you wanted to take like an airway or something like that, you could put like vector 25 and click there, and it would put that in the via, and it will take you there via that airway. It doesn't have to be V, could be a jetway, could be Q. It all works. So after that, click exec. Go back, check your legs, just make sure it added that tilt leg. Perfect. Go to departure arrival now. Click the arrival button. Ooh, excuse me. Stomach's doing weird things. Anyway, we're going to arrive via the tilt 2. And we're going to do the ILS 20 right. Don't need to worry about the transition. We'll get vectored in. Go ahead and exec that. And check our legs. So now we're got all of that populated. And bear is the last point on our route, and we'll get vectored out of there, hence the vector and the discontinuity. And these are points on the ILS 20 right approach. So let's go ahead real quick and brief our departure. Now that we know we're probably going to get one left, that means we need to climb and make a left-hand turn to 330. Okay, I'm going to turn the ATC off. It is very loud over me trying to talk. In my ear, at least. Okay, so we're going to make a left turn heading 333 to intercept the San Francisco 350 radial. On that radial, we're going to continue 4 DME, then make a left-hand turn heading 203, and then it'll be the same as the 28. So we will intercept the point ray as 151 radial, and once established, we'll go direct Seagull. So that is, we might get 28 right also. So we'll see how that goes. Normally, what I would do right now is go through and program my heading bug, my speed, all of that stuff. Because I don't know which runway I'm about to get, I am going to hold off on that for a second, and I'm going to do it hold short of the runway. Also, what I'm doing right now is, for me personally, I like to click in here, put this screen to summary, but this is all personal preference again, and then this bottom screen here goes to ECS, so I can see the cabin error information. On the left-hand side, so this will determine what screen you're controlling. On the left-hand side, I like to put that to flight. If you have the terrain radar plugin, you can also click this TX button, and your radar will populate in as well for your terrain. And okay, our FMS is now officially programmed. We're not going to have a bad flight. Now let's get our transponder put in to 5256. And that can go to on. Switch over to ground here. I'm going to get tower dialed up on 120.5. And I'm going to go ahead and call our tow as well. Try and get it as close as I had it before. Right there. Cool.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Give the chat a quick check right here. Cool. All right. Gonna go ahead and fire our APU up, which is right here. And now that that's on, the APU bleed can come on, and our air source can go to normal, so the cabin will start warming up. I like to set these down to about 20 degrees Celsius. It's around 70 degrees, 72 degrees, somewhere in there. Nose wheel steering can come on at this point. Your probes can come on. Oh my gosh. Probes on. What else? Left and right battery on. This guy comes on. Arm your emergency lights. Fasten seatbelt sign can come on. Beacon and our nav logo light can come on, as well as our wing light. What else? The hydraulic pumps can go, to auto. And we are ready for pushback. I'm going to go ahead and give our tug a call.
Ground and cockpit. Tow is driving up.
And I'm going to go ahead and ask ATC actually what runway we can expect really quick, because it says on the ATIS one left, but a lot of times they don't listen to that at this airport, so I just want to know for my flight planning. I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to expect one left and hope we get that. That's what the ATIS says, so that's what we should prepare for. So in our nav1, I'm going to go ahead and put 115.8 into our nav1. What was it again? 115.8.
Okay. All doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
I'm going to switch our nav source up here to nav1, and I'm going to go ahead and get our course set. So we want to intercept the 350 radial. So I'm going to go ahead and put our course to 350.
And adapter in position.
I'm going to set our heading bug.
Brake when ready to start pushback.
I'm going to set our heading bug to 333 since that's what our initial turn needs to be. And we got 10,000 for our climb. So I'm going to go ahead and set 10,000 in our altitude bug. All right, I'm going to pre-program the heading and flight change. Flight change, we're going to climb at 230 below 10,000 feet. And so after we are established on this radial, after 4 DME, we're going to turn. But then we need to intercept another radial. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in now, which is 113.7. Over here, 113.7. I'm going to go ahead and switch our nav source to nav 2 now. And I'm going to go ahead and set our course to 151, as that's the radial we need to intercept. All right. Nav source can go back to nav 1 now. And John, if you are watching, this is a bit more complicated of a departure procedure than the one we flew in the last video. Just wanted to give you a heads up. There are radials you need to intercept. You can't, unfortunately, just switch over to the FMS until later in the departure, so we'll get to that. We did give the ATIS a listen. That is 3007, so let's go and get that set in there. So that is set now. I think officially we are good for pushback. Let me quadruple check everything, though. Our altimeter's set. Our flight plan is set. We've briefed our departure procedure. We have both our radials tuned and dialed in. We have our climb set. Our transponder is on. What else? Our APU is up. All right, we are good. I'm going to go ahead and start our pushback now. We don't actually have to call for clearance because we are not yet in a movement area. Also, I have been flying the Zibo 737, and this plane feels very small to me compared to that.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Oops, I did not shut the door. Just kidding. Luckily, you can't see it from this view, so that is okay in my book. Regarding the Zibo, though, I do plan on, once I learn it well enough, I don't feel confident with it yet. I am getting there, though. I'm about 20 flights in, and I just don't feel super confident with it yet. But eventually, down the road, hopefully in a week or two, I will be doing a flight in that with you guys and talking through the much more complicated systems in the Zibo. It is a bit overwhelming, I am not going to lie. But I am very excited to fly my good pal, the Challenger, today. I've missed it. I've been flying mostly the Zibo lately, and definitely excited for this flight. Alright, so our pushback is happening, so let's go ahead and get our engines fired up now. So that's going to be right engine run. Whoa. Stop. Come down here to our starter, hold 1, 2, let go. I miss this plane. That sound. Alright, that's right engine start. Right cross, or the right bleed can come on, APU bleed can come off.
Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Listen for this sound, it's the best. It's parking brake from a car.
Stand by.
It's the best. Okay, so right gen is on, that's good. APU gen can come off. APU can get shut down. Left side to run. Go down to the igniter, and 1, 2, let go.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed.
Left bleed comes on.
We'll see you next
Dark
time, and have a safe flight.
Dark cockpit in preparation for departure. I cannot talk. This is gonna be good. Taxi light can come on now that our tug is gone, and I am going to go ahead and call up ground now. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to give the chat a quick check, see if you guys have any questions at this point. If you do, go ahead and throw them in the chat right now, and I will answer those before we get started here. Because from this point forward, I'm going to have to focus. It's in real time with the ATC, so. Just waiting for the live to catch up. Which it's about a minute behind, so if you have any questions in here, I will do my best to answer them during the video, or we can get to them in the discussion post after this flight. So I'm going to go ahead and set our flaps to first notch here, flaps 10 for departure, and I'm going to give ground a call. Sanford. Oops. I have to push this button because I turned them off. Forgot about that. San Francisco ground, Walker 169's over at the General Aviation ramp. We're ready to taxi with Delta.
6530 Lima, you are partially blocked, you said, from Lucy?
I blocked someone. Not good.
Okay, no, 30 Lima, clear drag Lucy just to maintain 5,000.
Might get yelled at for that. We'll see.
Walker 169, San Francisco ground, runway 28 right, taxi via Charlie, cross runway 1 left at Charlie, cross runway 1 right at Charlie.
Taxi 28 right via Charlie, cross 1 left and 1 right on Charlie, Walker 169. Alright, so real quick, that means we're going to have to change our departure. Okay, so that means on departure we're going to track the 281 radial instead of this radial, but everything else is essentially the same. So I'm going to go ahead and change that real quick. So we need the 281 radial. 281, 281. Okay, so that's right about there. And that means on departure, we're going to fly heading 281. So I'm going to go ahead and program that in.
The 357 Hotel Papa Denver Center, radar contact. Just be advised the tower did assign you a right downwind departure. Maintain appropriate speed for altitudes and equal altimeter 2988. United 21 Victor November, Seattle Center, thank you. Yakima altimeter 3000. Power 335, I believe you were calling for release, confirm. Power 335, release for departure, clearance void if not off in 3 minutes. If not off in 3 minutes, advise intentions not later than 5 minutes. If change device frequency approved. Skywards 5038, contact Los Angeles Center 124.62. Have a wonderful day.
Yakima clearance G198 Juliet Tango with Sierra. I'd like to get IFR clearance to Arlington.
So 108 Juliet Tango, Yakima ground standby.
Alright, so on departure, we're going to climb on the San Francisco 281 radial 6 DME, which we can see that information right here, DME 0.4, which, oops, did not mean to do that, which means we are right on top of it. So as that climbs out, we'll make our turn at 6 DME, maybe a tiny bit before it, just to account for the turn, and track on the 203 heading, so it'll be a left turn heading 203, I believe. Let's just double check that. Yes.
508 Foxtrot X-ray, Seattle Center standby. Comanche 108 Juliet Tango, clear to Arlington Municipal Airport, Yakima 7 departure, Yakima path wild, maintain 10,000. Departure frequency 123.8, squawk 3335.
Clear to Arlington via Yakima 7 departure, then Yakima then is filed. Maintain 10,000, departure frequency 123.8, squawk 3335 for 8 Juliet Tango.
Ray Juliet Tango, read back correct.
And I'm going to go ahead and throw our lights on to cross the runway.
There's 6530 Lima cross, Lucy at 3,000 or above, cleared RNAV runway 32 approach.
Alright, coming up on 1 right. No traffic.
Tower 335, our caliper, China. Tower 335, IDEM.
Alright, now that we're over the runways, landing lights back off, strobe light back off.
So 508 Foxtrot X-ray, clear to Spokane Airport, as filed. Maintain 17,000, Seattle Center, frequency 126.6, flux 6726, hold for release. Sorry, Foxtrot X-ray, read back correct, 5 ready. Power 335, if it's easier, you can give me DME to the nearest VOR and your heading.
Getting up there for the runway. It's kind of a long taxi. I'm very excited though. I ordered a yoke, some pedals, and a throttle for my birthday. Very, very, very excited to get those. Alright, we're getting up to the runway here. I'm going to jump back into the cockpit. Going a little faster than I'd like.
Bravo Delta, thank you. Contact Northbound Tower 118.45. Southwest 241, Albuquerque Center, Phoenix, altimeter 2901, east transition.
Northbound Tower, November 1, Bravo Delta, on the VOR Alpha.
Southwest 3241, descend via Hyder 1 arrival. Here 1 Bravo Delta, Northbound Tower, see, circle for a right crosswind, correction, right base for runway 31, clear to land.
And I never changed this, so I'm going to do that real quick.
Right base 31,
28
right, November
right,
1, Bravo Delta.
via the offshore 2.
30 Lima, no traffic.
Just double check our legs.
Santa Rosa Airport,
Cool.
report over cancellation of Mr. Birch Airborne. This frequency, you're on the ground 122.2, change to riser frequency approved.
And prep for takeoff. All our lights are going to come on. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to tower here, get our departure frequency dialed in on 135.1. And here we go. Wish me luck. Hopefully it works out better than last week's. Here we go.
Certified open mic, contact Billings, approach 120.5.
San Francisco Tower, Walker 169, holding short, 28 right at Charlie.
Walker 169, San Francisco Tower, runway 28 right, clear for takeoff, wind 220 at 7.
Clear for takeoff, 28 right, Walker 169. Alright, check left. We are clear.
535, Delta Mike, Billings approach, altimeter 2992, thanks for Victor, do you have approach request? To 535 Delta Mike, clear direct clear, cross clear at 8,000, cleared RNAV, runway 10 left approach.
Alright. Throttle up 50. Everything's in the green. Throttle takeoff. Alright, rotate. Positive rate, gear up.
Release for departure, clearance will if not off in 3 minutes. If not off in 3 minutes, if I've intentions not later than 5 minutes.
Alright, switch over to nav.
So 1 Bravo Delta, wind 360 at 8.
November 1, Bravo Delta, thanks.
Gonna go ahead and retract our flaps.
Power 335, contact Oakland Center 132.2.
Alright, so we are now established on the 281 radial.
Walker 169, contact NorCal departure.
Over to departure, Walker 169. Alright, let's go ahead and call departure. And keeping an eye, we are 3 DME, so about halfway to our turn here. So I'm going to go ahead and program that in real quick. heading to 03. NorCal departure, Walker 169 at 5,700, climbing 10,000 via the offshore 2 departure.
Walker 335, climb and maintain flight level 230, and you can contact Oakland Center 132.905, they'll get you.
132.905, Walker 169, and I can't remember what she said, 132.905.
Walker 169, NorCal departure, was not for you, however, climb and maintain flight level 190.
Sorry about that, climb and maintain flight level 190, Walker 169. Really thought it was.
Tower 335, Oakland Center 132.905, expect flight level 280.
And we blew through our DME doing that, so now we have to do our left-hand turn.
Clear 1 Bravo Delta, taxi straight ahead to parking, have a great day.
Above 10,000 feet, landing lights off.
Tower 335, Oakland Center, climb and maintain flight level 280.
And our speed can go up. Alright, now that we are on heading mode, switch nav source over to nav 2.
Sky High 350, contact Albuquerque Center 128.45.
And we're just waiting for this to come in and center. Once that centers, then we will intercept the Point Reyes 151 radial and be all set.
Challenger 508 Foxtrot X-ray, Seattle Center ID.
That was not for us.
Challenger 508 Foxtrot X-ray, radar contact, 9.5 miles northeast of Orcas intersection, Friday Harbor altimeter 3017, climb and maintain 17,000. Sky 350 Albuquerque Center, thank you. Kingman altimeter 29994. SXGIO Seattle Center, go ahead. SXGIO Squawk 1532, I don't.
Alright, and that needle is starting to come in now.
Squawk Air 169, contact Oakland Center 127.
So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the localizer, or correction, the radial.
SXGIO radar contact 10 miles north of Pullman VOR. Spokane altimeter 298.9er. State aircraft type in classic 6 altitude.
$1,000 to go on our climb. Correction, 200 to go on our climb. So we're getting the level off here. I'm going to go ahead and throttle back till we get higher.
Walker Air 169, contact Oakland Center 127.45.
127.45, Walker 169. Wow, lucky guess on the auto or the throttle there. It held my speed almost perfectly. Oakland Center, Walker 169 at flight level 190.
Walker Air 169, Oakland Center, climb and maintain flight level 350.
Climb and maintain flight level 350, Walker 169. Alright, up to flight level 350. Gonna go ahead and hit the flight change, and we're gonna climb at 280. So I'm gonna dial that in again and throttle back up to climb. Also, we are above 18,000 feet, so standard altimeter if I can get it. There we go. Alright, last piece of business. direct, now that we are established, we can go direct Seagull. And I'm going to go ahead and switch our nav source over to the FMS.
Air 535 Delta Mike, Billings Tower, wind 03015-25, runway 10 left, clear to land. Southwest 3241, Phoenix approach, thank you. Expect visual approach, runway 7 right. Southwest 3241, and through your descent, did you pick up any ice at all? I had a high rep earlier this afternoon, about an hour and a half ago, climbing out of Phoenix. Reported cumulus up to flight level 220 with no ice. Southwest 3241, thank you.
Salt Lake Center, Cessna 26292.
Air 262-902, Salt Lake Center, stand by. Calling radio, check your block. November 201 Delta X-ray, Albuquerque approach, roger, ident. Air 1 Delta X-ray, radar contact 3.5 miles west of Albuquerque, VOR, Albuquerque altimeter 2989er, maintain appropriate view for altitude. And Air 1 Delta X-ray, just confirm the altimeter 2989er. You don't have to read it back though. Air 262-902, go ahead with the west.
26292, request advisories to November 24, current position 17 miles southeast, Carbon County.
Air 262-902, squawk 2034, ident.
2034, ident, 26292.
Air 262-902, radar contact 19 miles southeast of Carbon, VOR, maintain appropriate view for altitude.
Maintaining appropriate view for altitude 26292.
And our 2902 for a local altimeter, price altimeter 2984.
2984, 26292.
Seattle Center, bearing 698, Juliet, request 12,000 if possible.
Call in radio check, your 5x5, what I'm hearing is 5x5. If you have the request, stand by. So 198 Juliet Tango Yakima ground, runway 9er, taxi to Alpha. There's 698 Juliet, were you requesting 1-2000?
That's affirmative for bearing 698, Juliet.
There's 698 Juliet, climb and maintain 1-2000.
Climb and maintain 12,000 for bearing 698, Juliet, thanks.
1399er, stand by. Sky High 350, contact Los Angeles Center 134.65.
Los Angeles Center 134.65, Sky 350.
No, Southwest 3241, contact Phoenix approach 120.4. Baron 1 Victor November, contact Seattle approach 120.4.
120.4, 1 Victor over.
Baron 908 Juliet, contact Seattle Center 126.6.
26.6 for Baron 698 Juliet today.
SXGIL, contact Spokane approach 123.75. Have a great day.
Say again, Golf Video Oscar.
SXGIL Spokane approach 123.75.
23.75, SXGIO. Thank you very much, bye-bye.
Right, 21 Victor November, Seattle approach, Seattle altimeter 3015. So it was 3241 Phoenix approach. The airport is 12 o'clock, 15 miles advised sight. So it was 3241 clear visual approach, runway 7 right. We're Ryder 21 Victor November, Seattle approach, altimeter 3015. We're 1399er. We're 1399er, junction ground clear to the Aspen Airport. Grand Junction 7 departure. Paces. That's filed to climb via CITIX and maintain 14,000. Departure frequency 119.7, squawk 6264.
Denver Center, Cessna November 357 Hotel Papa is climbing to 15,500 due to mountain and test terrain.
Alright guys, I just gave someone an IFR clearance. I haven't even gotten a chance to call and tell them their readback was correct, because everybody's just keying up. You gotta let the frequency breathe when it's busy. Number 1399 readback correct. What aircraft was looking for climb?
Cessna November 357 Hotel Papa.
7 Hotel Papa, roger.
Seattle Center, Baron 698 Juliet with you 12,000.
Denver 7 Hotel Papa, contact Denver Center 118.75. Correction, 118.57.
Cessna November 357 Hotel Papa.
November 508 Foxtrot X-ray request AFK 3 minutes.
For 198 Juliet Tango, Yakima Tower, runway 9er, cleared for takeoff. A bunch of people checked in, all unanswered. Sierra X-ray Golf India Oscar, the Spokane altimeter
Is 29er 89er information India is current. Do you have an approach request? Actually, Golf and Oscar, Roger. Let me know when you get the airport in sight.
Denver Center, Cessna, November 357 Hotel Papa with you, 15,000 feet.
357 Hotel Papa, Denver Center Springs, altimeter 29er79er.
29er79er, November 357 Hotel Papa.
Further way for X-ray, request safe calculation minutes.
Just advise we're back.
Cheers. Seattle Center, Brand 698, Juliet with you, 12,000.
Southwest 3241, contact Phoenix Tower 120.9er. For 201 Delta X-ray, contact Albuquerque Center 124.32. Number 6. Number 698 Juliet, Seattle Center, Roger.
Albuquerque Center, this is Beach 1 Delta X-ray with you.
201 Delta X-ray, Albuquerque Center, I'm also with you. You need to include your altitude when you check in, the Albuquerque altimeter 2986.
Altitude is 9,500. Say altimeter again, please, Albuquerque Center.
Number 1 Delta X-ray 2986.
Altimeter 2986. 1 Delta X-ray, roger.
Southwest 3241, Phoenix Tower, runway 7 right, clear land. Number 8 Juliet, Tango, contact departure. Walker 169, contact LA Center 133.2.
Approach 128.1. Number 6598 Alpha, SoCal approach, Ontario, altimeter 3000. Just 54678 SoCal approach, cross Fred tap, maintain 8,000 at 190 knots. The Ontario altimeter 3000. Evidence 573 Foxtrot, SoCal approach, proceed to Mile Square Park, John Wayne altimeter 3000. That's correct, Mile Square Park, Victor Papa Lima Mike Sierra. For 476 Alpha Foxtrot, thanks for departure. Always use your full call sign on a new frequency until that new frequency acknowledges your shortened call sign. Radar contact. Radar. For 2 Yankee Bravo, clear direct, rave, resume departure, climb via SID. Yankee Bravo, contact Los Angeles Center 133.2. 133.2. 3320. Skywest 5238, are you back? 239 Alpha Tango, cross WIG at maintain 10,000, Las Vegas altimeter 299.1.
9 Alpha Tango will descend to maintain 10,000. Can you repeat the altimeter?
990.
The pressure?
2990.
Thank you. 9 Alpha Tango.
Sky 350, change to advisory frequency approved. For traffic cancellation, misapproach this frequency in the air or 122.2 on the ground.
Los Angeles, Sky 350, copy that. We'll come back on the ground. Changing frequency.
Lookout departure, J1T Yankee Bravo, we are level at 14,000, go direct slap if able.
Yankee Bravo, Los Angeles Center, roger, clear direct slap, resume the departure. Climb, be assist.
Direct slap, climb, be assist, Yankee Bravo.
To Yankee Bravo, just be advised that it's technically a deviation because you're clear direct rave and you stopped direct slap. You should have still been in the turn to rave.
Roger, you for that, Yankee Bravo.
Yeah, you never know why they're giving you the clearance, so never amend your clearance just because it seems like something you want to do. You can cause separation errors and things like that, and when that happens, it's your fault.
Roger, that makes sense.
And Center Sky was 5238 back.
Sky 5238, thank you. Descend via Angel 4 arrival.
Descend via the Angel 4, Sky was 5238.
Or 9 Alpha Tango, contact Las Vegas approach 118.4. Who has what? Four Lima Mike, thank you. Do you have a request? Four Lima Mike, cross Morro Bay 4000, cleared VOR approach, fixed circle, runway 29er. Air 58 Sierra, contact Los Angeles Center, 135.5. Air 6658 Sierra, contact Los Angeles Center, 135.5. Air 239 Alpha Tango, Las Vegas approach, cross Cresto at maintain 7,000. Then fly heading 360, vector vision approach runway 19 right, Las Vegas altimeter 299.1, advise you have Victor.
Los Angeles Center, Walker 169 at flight level 350.
Or 9 Alpha Tango, did you copy that? Are you going to read it back?
So I think my mic somehow got muted.
9 Alpha Tango, cross Cresto at maintain 7,000, then fly heading 360. Vector vision approach runway 19 right.
So I think my mic did get muted there somehow.
Jet speed 24, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb maintain 16,000. Number 573 Foxtrot, contact John Wayne Tower 126.8. Walker 169 Los Angeles Center, roger.
Cool, there we go.
3499 Mike, radar service terminated, squawk 54 for exchange approved. Or 2 Yankee Bravo, contact Los Angeles Center 133.2.
123.2, Bravo. John Wayne Tower, 573 Foxtrot. We are about 4 miles northwest of the airport. Request landing with full stop.
573 Foxtrot, your SoCal approach frequency. 0678, SoCal approach 128.1. 78. Just be 20, contact Los Angeles Center 128.6.
So sorry about that, guys. My mic somehow got muted, and so if you didn't hear me talking, that would be why.
And are you going to fail me for the I-5 for that deviation?
Probably.
573 Foxtrot, you need to be on 126.8. Alright, other aircraft calling you were blocked.
LA Center, Premier 2 and T, Yankee Bravo at 19, at flight level 1900, and I was wondering if you're going to fail me for the I-5.
Climb maintain level 410.
Climb maintain 410, T, Yankee Bravo.
Alright, the other guys who just called in, you got to use common sense. Somebody just called, I said other aircraft calling you were blocked, and then 5 guys call in. What were the call signs?
And now no one talks.
Okay, now no one answers. Alright, you guys are not paying attention or just not using common sense. I said other aircraft calling, say the call signs, and then nobody checks in. And then now I say no one checks in, and then everybody comes in with their whole request. I didn't get any of it, just the call sign. Air 54678, thank you. SoCal approach, fly heading 300 to maintain 5000. Vector visual approach, runway 20 right, John Wayne altimeter 3000. The altimeter is 3000. Just be 24 contact, Los Angeles Center 133.2. 133.2, times B24.
Just checking my legs here. So Teacups, which is 60 miles away, we have to be above flight level 26 at or above 260, at or above 210, below 14,000, or above at or above 11,000. And then just follow it all the way down.
Level 16,000. Just be 24 Los Angeles Center, climb maintain for level 300. Flight level 300, just be 24. Alright, who else is trying to call? Sierra 678, turn 20 degrees left, center maintain 3000. 3 Bravo Echo, contact SoCal approach 135.4. 54678 traffic, 12 o'clock, 4.5 miles northbound Skyhawk at 6000. Six 658 Sierra, Santa Barbara approach, go ahead. Or 6658 Sierra, you've lost me 2 or 3 times already. You got to remember that your reception is going to depend on your altitude and the terrain. If you descend down in the mountains, you're not going to have me. And I've been trying to switch you for about 30 or 40 miles. Contact Bakersfield approach 118.8.
So we are slowly getting closer to our arrival here, so let's pull that up. So we're going to go down and through here to tilt. At Barb, we're going to take the bear transition over here. And from here, we'll get vectored over to the ILS approach. So we are currently about right here on this departure. So at Teacups, we have to be at or above flight level 260. At Rookie, we have to be at or above flight level 210. And at 280 knots. Then at or above 1000 or below 14000. Below 9000 at stiff.
Until you have told ATC you want to cancel IFR. Squawk 6175.
Cross Kane at or below 7000, and then cross the Laxby at or above 5000, and then Kevlar at 5000. So by Kevlar, we have to be, or Cleaver, it's Cleaver at 5000.
From ATC. If you don't get that, then you cannot cancel your IFR because you're still required separation and all that other legal stuff. IFR cancellation is received, squawk VFR, frequency change is approved. That's what you're waiting on right there. For 54678, fly heading 160.
So we can't start our descent yet until we are told to start it.
Sky West 5238, contact SoCal approach 132.37, the LA altimeter 3000.
I am going to go ahead and give the ATIS a listen real quick though, which is going to make this a little crazy. This is going to get a little crazy for a second.
12337, Sky West 5238,
runway 20 right.
32.37. 3237.
Advise on course heading.
54678, John Wayne Airport, 10 o'clock, 11 miles per second.
Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Echo.
Echo.
678, roger. Fly heading 020 vector ILS, runway 20 right approach.
53 Zulu. Wind variable at 5. Visibility 10. 1,800 scattered. Ceiling 2,700 broken. Temperature 18. Dew point 10. Altimeter 3000. Arriving and departing runways 20 left, 20 right. ILS runway 20 right.
Approach 238, SoCal approach, LA altimeter 3000, clear ILS runway 25 left approach.
Alright, got the ATIS.
Walker 169, descend via tilt 2 around.
Descend via the tilt 2, Walker 169. Alright, there's our descend. Ding, ding, ding. Down to flight level 260. Boop. And boop. I go ahead and turn VNav off at this point, which should free you up now to use your auto throttle as you see fit. So now on the descent, once you turn that off, whatever you set your speed bug to is what your auto throttle will try and hold. So I'm going to set this to 280 is probably good. That red bar will go up as we descend down. And we are getting there. So we need to probably up this to about 3,000 feet per minute. Probably not actually.
Contact San Luis Tower 124.0, Sam.
Probably about 25 is good. Throw a little bit of spoilers just to keep our speed in check here.
Five 468, turn right heading 080.
So landing runway 20 right, from Bob, track 089 to cross stiff at or below 9,000. Then track 080 to Kane to cross at or below 7,000. Then track heading 057 to cross Laxby at 5,000. And then track heading 044 to Cleaver to cross at 5,000. Then on track heading 016 to Bear. And from there, we can track on heading 016 and expect vectors to the ILS 20 right approach.
Philly Center T.
4678, turn left, the long way heading 200.
So we're right off the coast of California here. Haven't been the whole time, but it's been very cloudy.
T Yankee Bravo, I was wondering a question.
R2 Yankee Bravo, go ahead.
I was wondering if I was still going to pass to the I-5 for that pilot deviation on the departure.
Yeah, you're fine. You just stopped the turn. I'm not going to mark you down for that. I get what you were trying to do, and the radio was congested, but just remember that you want to comply with your current clearance until you get a revised clearance.
Roger, thank you.
Alright.
678, 3 miles from Snake.
We're going down to flight level 210. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and set this all the way down to 11 now, because we really need to keep climbing all the way, or descending all the way down there.
Cleared ILS, run 20 right approach. Uh, 678, men heading flighting 200 to join.
And I'm going to roll this down to 3,000 feet per minute, because we are a bit high here. And we need to cross that at 280. So I added some spoilers to help bring our speed down.
1407 Mike, looking departure. Check your transponder, is it on? Seven Mike's recycle 4125. Correction, 4124. Alright. 580, contact Vegas for tower 18.1.
Alright, and we're gonna dip below the transition altitude here, so let's get our altimeter dialed in here.
For 678, are you joined up there? For 678, thank you. Contact John Lee Tower 12618. Off Tango, still maintain 5,500. The Las Vegas airport is 7 o'clock and 3 miles. Yeah, the airfield. Niner off Tango, clear vision approach, runway 19 right. Alpha Tango, contact Las Vegas Tower, 118.75.
Got about 25 more miles to our next restriction there.
Who is that call? Right, 1 Ship Charlie, still got departure, radar contact, Clementine 5000.
Not too much further to go here. For anyone who just joined, we are on our approach and descent into the John Wayne area. We are about 75 miles away from the airport, and should be a good approach here. And we just hit our restriction altitude there. So spoilers gonna come back in. And perfect.
LA Center to Yankee Bravo.
Of course I didn't. I didn't start my VA stuff.
I was wondering if we're going to get into this soon on the KPEX 6 arrival of mission at 240.
R2 Yankee Bravo to send via KPEX 6 arrival.
Send the KPEX arrival to Yankee Bravo.
And I'm going to go ahead and get our ILS frequency tuned. So if we look at that chart quick, that's going to be 111.75. Final approach course 196. So let's get that in. I like to put it on both sides just for redundancy, and I'll get that course in a second. One of the limitations of this aircraft, I can't change the course until I change the nav source.
238, contact LA Tower 120.905.
Or if there is a way to do it, I don't know what it is.
Approach 134.2. Walker 169, contact SoCal approach 127.4.
127.4, Walker 169.
SoCal approach, 732 Bravo Echo, level 6000.
733 Bravo
Start our descent down to 5,000.
Altimeter 3000, advise the ATIS and approach request.
I will advise ATIS, and I'd like 21...
roll our speed back
722 Bravo.
Since we're going to be below 10,000 feet, roll the speed back. I'm also going to go ahead and throw our landing lights on.
Cross darts 4,300 or above, cleared on Amber, wing 21 approach.
Cross darts 4,300 or above. 722 Bravo Echo.
SoCal approach, Walker 169 at 10,100. Descending via the tilt 2 with Echo, looking for the ILS 20 right.
Walker 169, SoCal approach, expect ILS runway 20 right approach, altimeter 3000.
00, and we'll expect that Walker 169, thanks.
SoCal Navajo 8190 Charlie.
Right, 190 Charlie, SoCal departure, go ahead.
Hey, do you still want us at this 220 heading on 5,000?
Right, 190 Charlie, looks like you got disconnected. Let's see what's going on here, stand by.
Oh, don't scare me.
190 Charlie, let's see what happened there. For whatever reason, we lost your flight data and we lost your transponder. Flight heading 020, join Victor 8.
020 on the heading, join the Victor 8. 8190 Charlie.
Walker 169, men the altitude, descend via arrival, except maintain 6,000 trap.
Descend via the arrival, except maintain 6,000, Walker 169.
SoCal approach, 723 Bravo Echo. I have information Bravo at Santa Monica.
1,000 to go.
33 Bravo Echo, thank you.
Alright, so have traffic, apparently. Not that I see any, but should be able to go down to 5,000 right now, because that is 5,000 is below 9 and below 7, so I typically just go down ahead of time. But we got first time I have ever gotten on descent and accept altitude.
249, Mike.
Mike, radar contact over the, I forget the name of the pass now. Banning Pass. Ontario altimeter 3000.
3000, Mike, thanks.
Alright, so Los Angeles is roughly right around here. It's in here somewhere. Might be back a little bit, but yeah, we're getting there. John Wayne is right in here. So, that's where we'll be trekking toward, as like I just said, gotta get over there. Still looking for that traffic, too.
Walker 169, contact SoCal approach 128.1, see ya.
128.1, Walker 169, see ya.
2 Yankee Bravo, the Las Vegas altimeter 299.1.
SoCal approach, Walker 169 at 6,000 with echo.
Walker 169, SoCal approach, Shanghai altimeter 3000, expect ILS runway 20 right approach.
00, we'll expect that, Walker 169, thanks.
Jet speed 24, contact Oakland Center 127.45, see ya.
SoCal approach, 723 Bravo Echo. Am I cleared for RNAV 21 into Santa Monica?
Alright. Almost to Cleaver, and then Bear, and at that point we'll get vectored for our approach.
3 Bravo Echo, contact Santa Monica Tower 120.1, see ya.
Santa Monica Tower 120.1, 3 Bravo Echo.
So I'll get that course set as soon as we get on that 016 heading for the ILS here, but we do have it dialed in. We have listened to the ATIS, we have information echo. Now for the fun stuff. About 7 miles out. Alright, we are getting very close to the airport now, so I'm going to go ahead and throttle back to 200. Field is right there, actually. Actually, it's right here.
Walker 169 is to maintain 4,000.
Down to 4,000, Walker 169.
Walker 169, maintain 180 knots or less.
180 or less, Walker 169.
9 on Mike, contact SoCal approach 119.6. 19.6, 9 on Mike.
SoCal approach, November 3499 Mike, 11,500.
3499 Mike, SoCal approach, Palomar altimeter 3000.
3000, 9 Mike.
Sky 350, Los Angeles Center cleared to Palm Springs Airport as filed. Maintain 12000. Departure frequency 134 point, correction, Los Angeles Center frequency 134.65, squawk 4445.
Our speed's climbing up a little bit, but it'll come down as soon as we level off here.
Feedback correct, hold for release, flies ready for departure.
And I'm going to give us a buffer here of about 5 knots.
Air Bravo, go ahead. Yankee Bravo, yeah, it's pretty much getting there. Contact Las Vegas approach 125.90.
Alright, so now we're on that heading, so I'm going to switch over to heading mode. Switch our nav source to nav 1, and I'm going to get our course of 196 dialed in.
Las Vegas approach, Premier 3 Yankee Bravo. We are descending via KPX 6, and we lucky to do a visual for 19er right.
312 Yankee Bravo, Las Vegas approach, expect visual approach runway 19 right, Las Vegas altimeter 2993.
2993 Yankee Bravo.
9 Sierra Charlie, contact SoCal approach 135.4.
35-4 for 9 Sierra Charlie. Good afternoon, SoCal Navajo 819 Sierra Charlie is level 5000 Golf.
819 Sierra Charlie, SoCal approach Ontario altimeter 3000. Do you have approach request?
I believe for the I-4 it's going to be for the visual. Have the RNAV set up, but we may do the visual once we get low enough for do a contact for 9 Sierra Charlie.
9 Sierra Charlie, no requirements, but they are instruments, landing instrument approaches there. Do you want ILS or RNAV?
We'll set up for the RNAV 6 and we'll go with them for 9 Sierra Charlie.
Charlie cross Paradise at 5000, clear RNAV runway 6 approach.
Paradise 5000 cleared for the RNAV 6 approach, 9 Sierra Charlie.
So we're essentially on a downwind for the runway right now.
For 99 Mike, say destination.
And I'm Mike Lindbergh.
An aircraft type?
Cessna Citation.
Citation 909 Mike, roger. Clear to Bravo airspace. Flight present heading, maintain VFR 5500.
Present heading down to 5500, 9 Mike.
909 Mike, contact SoCal approach 124.35.
2435, 9 Mike.
Walker 169, flighting 080.
080, Walker 169. Alright.
SoCal approach number 349 Mike, descending through 11,300 for 5,500.
349 Mike, SoCal approach San Diego, altimeter 3003.
3003 Mike.
Santa Barbara departure, good afternoon. Scout 2531 Echo, climbing through 1,000 for 3,000.
Walker 169, flighting 180.
180, Walker 169.
2531 Echo, Santa Barbara departure, radar contact, climb via Citic, set maintain 6000.
Climb via the 6, set remain 6,000, 31 Echo.
Walker 169, 3 miles from Snake, maintain 3000 until established, localized, cleared ILS, runway 20 right approach.
Maintain 3000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS, runway 20 right approach. Walker 169, thanks.
Samantha 4397 Mike, request rate to change to Santa Paula 122.9.
97 Mike, radar service terminates, squawk VFR, please change proofs, yeah.
School VFR, bridge share 4297 Mike, thanks.
Alright, there's our runway in sight. We have our approach, so I'm going to go flaps 20. There's a glide slope coming in, so let's go ahead and pre-tune tower on 126.8. And we are established. Gonna reduce to final approach speed here. Chin the Challenger is around 130.
Walker 169, contact John Wayne Tower 126.8.
126.8, Walker 169, thanks. John Wayne Tower, Walker 169 is 6 out on the ILS, 20 right.
Walker 169, John Wayne Tower, hello, wind variable at 5 runway 20 right, clear to land.
Cleared to land, 20 right, Walker 169, thanks.
Right Alpha, Papa, connect, so departure.
Alright, that's flaps full, gear down.
Departure, 8 Alpha Papa.
Alright, flaps down and indicated down, gears down and indicated down. Stabilized approach. Thousand feet to go, stabilized approach, missed approach, set. Not that we're gonna go missed, but
I'm burning it on Tower Navajo 819, Spirit Charlie's on the RNAV 6.
Runway 100, Sierra Charlie, San Bernardino Tower, wind calm, runway 6, clear to land.
Approaching 20 right.
Blue land runway 6, 819, Sierra Charlie.
Minimums, minimums. $500.
500. 200.
One hundred.
Disconnect the autopilot. Gonna hand fly it in here.
20.
Oop, little bit high.
Long landing.
A lot of it high.
4,000 feet remaining. 3,000 remaining.
There's our touchdown. Spoilers up. Engage some reverse thrust. Spoilers to come in.
Tower 819, Charlie, we can go visual now.
Floated it a little bit. Flared a little too aggressively.
Walker 169, taxi to parking via Alpha Monitor Ground. Have a good day.
Parking on it, or via Alpha Monitor Ground, Walker 169, thanks. Alright, let's get ground tuned in on 120.8. And we're going to taxi over to the GA ramp. Flaps can come back. Oops. A little too far there. If you can't tell, this is my favorite view. You want a race, Volvo? I will win. LOL? You want a race, Volvo? Like... Oh god. Oh god, why? Here's the GA ramp right here.
San Bernardino Tower, King S7215 Charlie, holding short runway 6, ready for a westbound departure, and I would like a fast radio transition.
Alright. Welcome to John Wayne, everybody. That's going to do it for our live stream here. I'm really happy that everyone tuned in, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. There will be a post in the Facebook group here shortly to discuss the flight, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I might do another one tomorrow. We'll see. Who knows? But if not tomorrow, there will be another one for sure next Saturday, same time. I'm hoping to make these a weekly thing. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you all have a fabulous rest of your day. And I will see some of you over on the post. Take care.